big thing we have to do is make sure we're aligned properly, execute our defense, everybody doing their job.
All right, the past 2 weeks in these losses, the quarterback has really been the one kind of throwing for touchdowns and like being able to scramble out. I guess this week is not really that much. I don't really know, but what are you guys doing? Like, what are you guys doing to?
No, this week the quarterback is not nearly the running threat that they have been the last 2 weeks. This quarterback's probably a little bit more pro-style quarterback. He does a very good job of distributing the ball to the wide receivers, running backs, getting them in the right place, so it is a different type of offense.
Anything specifically that you're doing new to try and counter them?
No, not really. The things we're trying to do, because we are so young in a lot of positions, is just get better at our techniques and our fundamentals and make sure we're doing our job and executing our defense.
You guys looked a little better in practice this week?
We think we have. Well, we're starting to get some guys back. People are getting healthier, and we're getting more experience at some positions, so guys are getting to be more and more comfortable in everything they do.
All right, thanks a lot.
Kind of what I asked you just now, you have any idea yet who's playing where this week?
Yeah, it's been crazy from one week to another, but you know, the great thing is that at least you know going into the game, so you can get a game plan. And the worst thing that happens is you get your game plan together and then they get hurt in the game, and then you kind of, because you have a very difficult time getting 2 quarterbacks ready during the week, and there's no way you can get 3 quarterbacks ready during the week.
This is Siller been able to do anything more this week than last week?
A little bit. He's still a little gimpy though, and I don't think that he's going to be able to get too much this week. He's still. They said 4 to 8 weeks, and this has been his 4th week, so he's right on the front end of the window where they expected him back, and then he hasn't ran any yet. So to put him out there with him not practicing would probably be a wrong thing to do, in my opinion.
What progress have you seen out of Sean Robinson this week that maybe you didn't see last week or didn't see in the game?
It was kind of funny because last week he had a great week of practice, and then he went out there Saturday and really struggled throwing the football. But I didn't expect anything different. I texted him actually on the bus on the way back. I said, I've been coaching 30 years and been coaching quarterbacks 27 years, and you're the first freshman I've ever played, and it wasn't by accident. Because if you play a freshman to quarterback spot, you're playing them before they're ready. And our intentions going in was the redshirting, but at this time of the season and where we're at, we felt like he gave us the best chance to win last week, and we feel like he's going to give us our best chance to win this week.
When you looked at his throws last week, was it some mechanical stuff that he wasn't doing, or was it just caught up in the moment, or how did you evaluate how? Did he seem to be really off the mark on a lot of his passes last week?
I think the first part of it was nerves, and then the second part of it was probably the toughest thing for a freshman to come in, because he ran one play and he overthrew the ball, and then the score was 14-0. We ran 3 plays as an offense. He ran 1 play as a quarterback, and he made 1 bad throw, and then all of a sudden it was 14-0, and then we were going into the wind. We deferred on purpose to try to give him a chance to get the wind at his back and give him some easy throws at the beginning to settle him down, because we knew that it was going to be tough for him and going back home and playing for the first time and being a freshman. So we didn't get a chance to take advantage of the wind, and then when it's 14-0 and they see a freshman quarterback in there, it's like shark bait. So they're coming after him, and they brought everything they could possibly bring to him. So it can't get any harder than it was for him Saturday.
If you have kind of treated this week like he's going to be your guy, kind of working under that assumption, is there anything maybe you change with the offense that maybe plays to his strengths a little bit, or at least perhaps makes him a little bit more comfortable?
Well, I don't think we really have to change too much from what we did last week, because he was a little bit of our game plan going in. We thought Rob Henry was going to get 3/4 of it, and he was going to get 1/4 of it. So we had 1/4 of it planned for him, but that quarter, will definitely double, and we're going to give him about twice as much in his game plan this week that we did last week. But I felt like the last couple of drives he settled down. He settled down and threw the ball on rhythm and felt a lot more comfortable at the end of the game.
Just with the receiver position, it looks like Altrig's going to get some reps out there. And would you even consider moving Carlos back out there, or do you like him in the backfield more than you like him at receiver right now?
Well, I don't think we have the ability to move him out, but because our receiver situation is about like the quarterback situation. You know, where we lost Keith Smith, and then we lost Justin Siller, and then we lost O.J. Ross, and we felt like those were our top three receivers. You know, so and then you know, Gary Bush is a little banged up, and so all of a sudden, you know, you got a bunch of young guys out there, and then in the backfield, Danny Durkeen's been banged up. And then Jared Crank hasn't been able to practice and play. So if we move Keith Carlos, then we're back to nothing in the backfield. So you know, it's kind of pick your poison, and we feel like we can hide him a little bit better out of the wideout spot at being young than we can in the backfield. So Keith Carlos will have to stay in the backfield.
I was just going to ask you about Crank. If Crank can't go, do you have somebody else who can play fullback for you?
Well, Reggie Pegram, as the freshman kids, made a lot of progress, and I really like him. He's a tough kid. He brings a good punch, and he's been playing on special teams and been playing very well on the special teams. So Reggie's going to get some more playing time this week, no matter if Crank can go or not.
Is there any way to tell, like, assuming everyone was healthy right now, and you had Marv and Smith and the whole gamut, you would have like X amount percentage of your playbook in? Like, would it be, you know, 80-90% at this point, and then compared, how much of your playbook are you using right now?
Well, you know, we went into the season and we had a game plan for Robert being the #1 quarterback, and then we had a Wildcat package with Rob Henry being it. You saw that in Notre Dame, and then we actually had a Wildcat package for Justin Siller to do it, and we were kind of holding the Justin Siller package till the Big Ten. We were going to try. We had a little deal where we got him good and greased up where we could go out there, and then all of a sudden he's down, you know. So but we go and watch the Notre Dame game. I watched some plays and some cut-ups today from the Notre Dame game, and you see the guys out there and the offense that we were running, you know, and when they were getting better, and then all of a sudden Robert went down. So we kind of changed our offense there with Rob Henry, and we started running a lot more quarterback runs, and so we did about a half of a offense install, you know, after Robert went down for Rob, and then when Rob went down, then we have to go back and probably go back and do about what we were doing with Robert Marv.
So there's pages in your playbook you're not going to get to this year.
No, there's not, and matter of fact, we're adding pages to our playbook. You know, our playbook, we kept it simple going in, but it's grown for each one of the young men. So,
but grown not in the way that you thought it would grow.
Grown in different chapters. We put chapters in there that we weren't expecting to put in there.
You unfortunately at Purdue have had a long history of having to play true freshmen in the secondary under adverse circumstances. How has Normando Harris kind of handled that?
Yeah, he's done well. He's a kid that is kind of fearless, you know, and the moment's not too big for him, and he's got talent, and so we're very happy with where he's at right now. But it's a limited role, and that's a good thing.
Is that just kind of becoming a little bit of an annual thing for you, whether it's Zach Logan or Ray Williams? You just you know, have to throw kids out there before they're ready?
Yeah, I mean, when injuries occur, yes. You know, we've been fortunate in 07, or I take that back. Yeah, 07 a little bit, but 08 and 09, you know, those four pretty much stayed healthy, and it was good, except Torrey at the end there. But last year, all year, and we were okay. But yes, I think it's anytime you get a guy nicked up, and you know, you're going to have to dig down and get a guy that just got here and put him out there. So that's just the way it is.
Now he's staying long term at corner, right?
Who's that? Normando? Yeah, he's a corner.
Okay. Because did he practice at all at safety to start with?
No, he was always a corner. Yeah, he's always been a corner.
Yeah. He's a safety on your roster. That's why I asked.
Oh, I don't pay attention to that stuff. I have no idea. But he's a corner. Yeah. You know, when he came in out of high school, he was a multi-talented guy. So you know, we may have slotted him in there. But now, ever since we started practice, he's been out there at corner. So.